Hello there, beautiful friends from around the world. I asked and you delivered on those questions. So I'll hold up my end of the bargain and I'll deliver those answers for you. And by the way, if you want to ask me a question, just follow me on Twitter, as you will obviously get the notification for when I'm going to do this, and your question might be on the next one. But right now, we have an important question from our dear Lord. Our Lord, Overlord from the galaxy, Lord Frieza, and he asks me, over or under for toilet paper roll? Now, this is a very important question. Definitely over. I can't stand it when the toilet paper roll is under. It's just so inconvenient. Not to mention, it's just the mechanics of how the toilet paper is. It just seems to make a lot more sense to have it over, don't you think so? So that way it's not just like the toilet paper's hanging off, you know, right off like toward the ground. It at least can rest on itself. But anyway, whatever. I probably spent too much time on that one question. Can you do more vids again than just DB Super Reviews? Of course. I know that my DB Super Reviews have been in abundance recently, but I'm trying to get some more stuff up. Like this video. Thoughts on the fight between Goku Black and Vegeta in the latest Super DBZ. It was fairly short. It wasn't what I was expecting. Like I said in my review, I thought it was going to continue for a lot longer. Why don't you talk about the next episode previews in your reviews? I know other people do this, but I just feel like it's not an appropriate thing since my review pertains to the episode itself and not the next episode. So I don't really think I'm going to be doing a next episode preview because I already do a lot of speculation on the story and what's going to happen in the future, and talking about the next episode previews. Although some information does get out there before it airs before it airs, for the most part it would just be speculation. Fave non-DB anime YouTubers. Oh wow. Well, there's probably Game Theory. I think that I've mentioned this in the past. I've actually had an opportunity to meet MatPat. He's probably the one I look up to the most in terms of just the way he has his videos and everything. So MatPat from Game Theory. As for anyone else, probably I watch a lot of Game Ranks, but that's kind of like a conglomerate channel. I don't know. Game Theory probably is the biggest one in my mind. And all the other guys that are on that channel as well. Super Bunny Hop is also pretty good too. What's the difference between Evil Boo and Kid Boo? Not appearance. Okay. The difference between Evil Boo, the pure evil gray Boo, skinny Boo, is that Evil Boo is a manifestation of a literal physical manifestation of Majin Boo's evil. Now I understand that Kid Boo is kind of like. Kid Boo is just the original Boo. That's all he is. The reason Evil Boo even exists is because, as we all know, Majin Buu got corrupted. Corrupted might be a weird word to use, but he got corrupted by the Kais he absorbed, making him not as evil or as, pretty much goodness came into Majin Buu through those means. So what happened is that Evil Boo is just a manifestation of the evil, just all the evil that could possibly be obtained that Majin Buu had, and it just separated from Majin Buu. Now, the Evil Boo cannot be the original Boo because obviously Evil Boo is not the original Boo. Kid Boo is the original Boo. That's really the main difference. Kid Boo is the original Boo. Evil Boo only exists because Majin Buu had goodness in him in the first place, if that makes any sense. Have you read Derek Padula's Dragon Ball Culture books, or plan to? Derek, if he is listening to this, I actually want to issue an apology to him because I actually am reading that book, and I do plan to review it on this channel. However, it's been a while since that, and by no means am I not doing it. The reason I haven't done a review on this book yet is because I haven't quite frankly finished both of them. I'm on the second book right now, but yeah, they're very good books. Guys, let me tell you something. if you guys really want to know some things about Dragon Ball, but even about Toriyama, because there is information on Toriyama that I never knew that is in that book. That's probably one of the, I hesitate to say it's the most comprehensive, but I'm just gonna say it probably is, because I know that there's Akira Toriyama books in other languages, but in English, that book is probably one of the most comprehensive pieces of information if you want to know about Toriyama, especially about things that is just kind of obscure and out there, because Derek Padula really does go through all the interviews and all the things that are out there and kind of compiles them together, or that's kind of how it is in Dragon Ball culture. I strongly recommend it for any like Dragon Ball fan that wants to learn more. Have Boss Rabbit and his gang still been up on the moon every time it's been blown up? Probably. Do you really like the Spawn movies, or the Spawn movie? Here's the funny thing. I'm not a Spawn fan, and I only know the basics of Spawn. My brother is a Spawn fan. He actually read the comics, and he even saw the animated series. I don't really know nothing about Spawn. The only reason I even used Spawn for years as my avatar is because I thought it was very fitting for the name Blackened Fist. That's really it. Will you ever finish your Mega Man Legends 2 playthrough with Hicks? By the way, here's a little tidbit, guys. Hicks is actually Whitenfoot. That's right. In my Mega Man Legends, unfinished Mega Man Legends playthrough, I might add, Hicks is actually Whitenfoot. That's before he started calling himself Whitenfoot. So yeah, as for the Mega Man Legends 2 playthrough, I'll probably do another playthrough, because that one kind of was an experiment. So I'll probably, if I ever do a playthrough on Mega Man Legends, I will do it over again anyway. How come Israel got a super dub, but North America didn't? I'm not sure, really. I mean, Toei just works in weird ways, man. It just works in weird ways. Based on the events on 56, what do you think Vegeta will be able to do now that he's injured? Not sure. But, you know, Tarzan versus Jackie Chun. I'm going to go with Jackie Chun, considering that, or Jackie Chan, whatever, considering he can blow up a moon. How'd you come up with your intro? Now, this is, my beautiful friends from around the world. This is Beautiful Friends came from the Toonami ending. If you're not familiar, when Tom, you know, in that short little video when Tom said his goodbyes, he said, "This is the end, beautiful friends." And I don't know, I just use that phrase in my videos, you know, beautiful friends. That's where I got beautiful friends from around the world. And I don't know, that's kind of where it came from. What's your favorite dub? Japanese Ocean, Funimation Kai, and Funimation Original Z. What's your favorite soundtracks? Well, my favorite soundtrack is definitely the Shinsuke Kenkuchi. Yamamoto is really good. I've heard his tracks. The thing is, I didn't really watch Kai. I mean, I'd watched some of Kai in Japanese. Yamamoto would probably be second. Bruce would probably be third. As for just dub in general, the thing is, guys, I haven't watched fully. As I said before, I didn't watch all of Kai because I wasn't interested in it. But I am in the process of watching it all in Japanese. I have not yet still to watch everything in Japanese. But yeah, the thing is, it's a mixed bag for me, because the Japanese thing is like it's a mixed thing, because I like certain things in Japanese, but and when the dub obviously has its problems. But for instance, I really like the dub version of the Red Ribbon Army arc better than the Japanese version. I'm not gonna go into that right now because that would take too long, but that's what I mean by a mixed bag. What's your opinion on dub versus sub thing in Dragon Ball? I find it crazy because I love both. I know, man, it's a small world out there for us, but for us who are, you know, not so tribalistic on these things. But yeah, it's look, man, I hesitate to like just wag my finger at somebody who's really is on one side or the other, because quite frankly, the fact that there is this many dubs out there, that there's this many versions, was going to bound to cause these many fractions, okay? So you can't really blame the fans. This all stems from the fact that Dragon Ball has just gone through so many hands, and it was going to bound to fractionalize the community like this. And you know what? People have their preferences and everything. So, you know, it's just the nature of how it goes. I think that some people take it to too much extremes, definitely. But, you know, whatever. I mean, that's just the way people are, I guess. Your editing is excellent and your videos have an enduring quality to them. Well, thank you very much. How long did it take you to get comfortable with that? Well, honestly, I from the beginning, I've been trying to make enduring videos. Although I do make topical videos, when I try to sit down and make videos, I try to make them, like, I try to, one thing I keep in mind in any video I do, besides super reviews, of course, is will the video be still watchable a year down the line, 2 years from down the line? Can the person still watch this? And that's something I keep in mind. Basically, how long did it take you to perfect it or understand your style of delivery? Oh, that actually took me around, I mean, who knows, man? I think to this day, I'm still trying to perfect my delivery, so you could say I'm not really there yet. But when I started to get comfortable, I think it was around probably a year after of doing these videos. But the thing is, even after a year, I still had a lot of improvements. So, you know, do you think we will see any of the Universe 6 characters before the Omniversal Tournament? Sadly, I don't think we will. Probably, I think we will. I think we'll definitely see Hit again. So, yeah. Where do you rank SSJ for Gogeta based on all the stuff in Super? Above Beerus and Whis or whereabouts? That's a hard question. It's just... I have to think about this for a second here because... You know, I'm gonna go out on a limb and probably say that Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta is probably maybe around the same as Blue. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off the cuff here. I'd really have to go back and look at all the fights and, like, really examine it. So, you know, that's just not, you know, something, whatever. It's not something I can just go out there and do right now. Do you think you could beat Josh at a fist fight? Oh, yeah, sure. Why do you think, why are you so good at Connect 4? I really don't know. Best part of the Tampa Bay trip? Just getting to meet everybody, really. That was the best part, getting to meet everyone for the first time, really. Will you watch the funny dub Kai soon, or maybe do a review of it? I really don't plan to. See, the thing is, guys, I really don't plan to do that. Like I said before, I'm watching the Japanese now, and I honestly have more interest in watching the Japanese version of the original Dragon Ball anime and Dragon Ball Z anime, not the Kai stuff, honestly. I'm being honest there with you guys. What do you think Black did to attain SSJ Rose form? Someone wrote it in the script. I think he sort of mimicked Goku's fighting style while training. On a serious note, he probably, I mean, Black seems to be hinting on he has some sort of absorbing technique properties. I'm not sure. It's not fully explained yet, but it's probably that. What do you think of Jalen's Clickbaiters and Dub Fans video? I kind of liked it. I like Jay, although I don't agree with Jay on all his points. Actually, I disagree with him like on 3 points or something like that, but, you know, I like the video. Jay can think whatever he wants, but I'm going to have my opinions and he can have his, but I'll tell you this, guys. I'll tell you a little secret about Jay. See, the reason Jay is like that right now and so, like, passionate, you could say, about that whole dub thing is because he secretly once liked it a lot. Don't tell them I say that. How would you rank the current arc in Super when it comes to overall Dragon Ball arcs? How would you rank all the Super arcs? That's really a tough decision, but I can't really rank this one because this is not done yet. But as for the Universe 6 arc, well, first of all, I'll just say the Resurrection F arc, if you count that's probably the worst Dragon Ball related material of all time. No joke. That's even worse to me than stuff in GT. But I'll be honest, maybe I'm a little biased on that because it was a movie retelling, and on top of that, I think it was poorly executed. So, yeah, I don't know. What other anime do you watch besides Dragon Ball? I watched Death Note, I watched JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, the new one. I didn't really watch the old one. I watch a lot of stuff. What's one of the... I always mention Welcome to NHK. I was watching Hajime no Ippo. I still need to get back to that. So I watch a lot of miscellaneous stuff, really. I mean, usually, see, the thing is, usually, I've probably watched, like, if I had to guess, I probably have watched a good 50 animes in my lifetime, which I don't know. So there you go. I can't name them all now, but because I can't think of them. What exactly is Future Whis doing without Future Beers? Meeting with Omni King? Well, see, the thing is, this is the confusing thing. We're not even sure if there is a Future Whis or a Future Beers, so we're not sure about that. Does Frieza call Saiyans monkeys in the Japanese version of DBZ? Yes, he does. Will Pan of Super look like the on of GT? Probably not, man. She was a lot older in GT. How strong do you think Goku's base is in GT? I recently listened to a video that pointed out him being stronger than Buhan. I'm not sure about that, but maybe. I'm not. No. Battle to the death. Sloths or Turles, who wins? Probably Turtles. Why don't you make videos anymore? I'm not really sure about that, man. Why do Big Muscles make Trunks lose speed, but not Frieza or Kaioken X3 Goku? Well, Frieza's not human, or a different species altogether, so there's that. And the Kaioken is specifically a technique that like works in short bursts. Not to mention, so you know, it's like, so you know, it's not really the same thing. What do you think about Vegeta's taking all the L's? Nothing new here, man. Vegeta's always taking all the L's. So, yeah. What's your favorite food? That's a hard question to say, but maybe chips. It's probably not chips, but that's all I can think of right now. Why do you think Zamasu isn't smart enough to figure out that his job is to create and not to kill Goku, which is DBZ cliche? I don't think it's that he isn't. I don't think that it's a lack of intelligence on Zamasu's part. I think that he just has a different worldview, which I think I'm beginning to understand. It's not that he wants to kill Goku necessarily. It's that he just wants to kill the mortals. He wants to kill lower beings. He doesn't believe they deserve to exist. So yeah. I mean, I don't think it. Look, I don't think it's a DBZ cliche, but it's definitely a cliche. It's definitely not a Dragon Ball cliche, because I can't think of any other villain that was motivated by similar things. You know, so maybe Frieza comes close, but not really. So, you know, he knows what his job is, and he thinks it's garbage. Probably, yeah, that's probably it. How does future Zamasu know Goku if he's dead in the future timeline? See, this is the thing. As of this time, episode 57 hasn't come out yet. We don't know if that's really future Zamasu or just the same Zamasu. So, I hesitate to call it. So, you know. You ever thought of doing Dragon Ball gaming on your channel? Probably. Yeah, I've thought of it. I don't know when, though. Sumitomo or Kenkuchi? Well, definitely Kenkuchi, so there you go. Anyway, guys, I will move on to Ask.fm. Hey, I want to start watching Black Lagoon, but I'm afraid to watch the wrong version, so I never watched that show, so I'm sorry to inform you about that. Do you listen to U2 or Coldplay? I don't really listen to those bands. I've heard their songs. I mean, I really don't, but I'm not really a fan of them. Do you like the Shrek movies? I only saw 2 of them, the first one and the second one. The second one's the best one, by the way. Really like that movie. When Dragon Ball Super gets dubbed, do you think it could ever be as big as Dragon Ball Z was on Toonami? No, I don't think so, because Dragon Ball Z was kind of a phenomenon that I don't think Dragon Ball Super is going to be. I mean, Dragon Ball was its own thing. Look, Dragon Ball Super really exists because Dragon Ball in the past had been such a phenomenon. So, obviously, I'm not saying Dragon Ball Super is going to be a small fry thing. I'm just saying that it's not going to be as big as, you know, what it came in the past in terms of popularity. What are the top 10 greatest GT episodes of all time? Well, I really appreciate the old time there, and I really appreciate the GT. Probably it's gonna have to be. I can't really say the top 10, but I can tell you my favorite episode is definitely the episode with the tournament. So yeah, have you listened? Do you listen to the Kanzenshuu podcasts? Yes, I do. I've been listening to them for quite a while now. I really like them. Yeah, very informative. Do you own non-Dragon Ball related DVDs/Blu-rays? Of course I do. Are you a Star Wars fan? No, no, I am not. I've watched some of the movies, but I'm not really a fan of it. Did you hear there's supposed to be an English dub of Kai that hasn't aired yet? Well, yes, I have heard of it. There is, and I've heard about this. Listen, I've heard about this dub. I think the first time I heard about the ocean dub of Kai was probably around 2012. There was inklings of it. I don't know when it's coming out. There could be a possibility it might never come out, quite frankly. But as for me, look, I saw the ocean dub back in the day in the early Saiyan and Namek stuff, but I'm not really too gung-ho on wanting a ocean dub of Kai, considering I'm not really on gung-ho about watching Kai in general, so yeah. It's so funny that Buhan can destroy a universe and break through dimensions, and yet he got his ass beat by a piece of candy. If this was the first episode of DBZ you ever watched and you saw Buhan get beat by a piece of candy, would you believe if someone told you he could break through dimensions? Well, yeah, I mean, to me, I would just say, oh, if this is a cartoon, so I guess? It's probably my response. What do you think of gaming will be like in 30 years from now? I don't know, man. That's a very tough question. I mean, go 30 years in the past and you'll see that gaming has changed a lot. What's your favorite non-manga book? It would have probably had to have been of this book about world history. So I forgot what it was called. It's probably like some. It was probably just had a generic. I think the thing was called It's Just World History. I think that's what it was called. But this is another thing. I really like to read about history. One of my favorite topics to read about is history. I really don't like to read stories. So that's just one of my things there. How long do you think it will be before physical media, CDs, DVDs, Blu-rays, vinyl, books die completely and are fully replaced by digital releases? I'm not sure if that'll ever happen, but if it were to happen, it'll probably be happening within the next 20 to 30 years, I think. Some people call it even earlier, but the thing is, the reason I really don't think it's going to happen that quickly, like within 5 years or something like that, is because there's still some people that really want physical copies. I'm one of them when it comes to video games especially. So, you know, that's why I think there's people going to be apprehensive. Let's just say that. Does it annoy you that discs in the orange bricks are stacked on top of each other? They're so easy to scratch. Yeah, they can be kind of annoying. Yeah, they could have done a better job with that. New speech from Geekdom. I hope I am the hope of the Dragon Ball community. I am the answer to all living fans who cry out for peace. I am a protector of the uninformed. I am the rational in the logic. I am truth, ally to Khan Zenchu, nightmare to clickbaiters. Yeah, I think that's exactly what Geekdom would say. Do you think Quaman would be a good voice actor for Piccolo if anything tragic ever happened to Sabbath? No offense to Quaman, but no. No, I don't think he fits Piccolo at all. I know you said you missed the Ocean dub of DBZ when it aired, but have you watched any of it since it finished broadcasting, like online, comparing it to the funny dub, or which dub of DBZ do you prefer? Well, I really haven't seen the Ocean dub since it broadcasted. I did see a little bit of it online back in 2009, but that's about it. I really don't miss it, honestly. I mean, okay, I do get kind of sentimental towards it sometimes, but not really. Like it's very, very vague in my memory, really. Do you think you can blame people who don't want to upgrade to 4K discs now? I mean, in the DVD era, most people were daunted by the idea of rebuying their entire library on Blu-ray. So, would you say it's fair that people who have big Blu-ray or who have big DVD or Blu-ray collections now wouldn't want to buy everything again? I mean, to me, look, I mean, I really haven't thought about this 4K stuff too much, but I mean, to me, it's just more choices. I mean, you don't have to get rid of your DVDs just because a new format's out. So, you know, that's just my position. Hey Juan, I didn't go to Tampa Bay, but I've seen as how you've gained so many subscribers. It's in such a short amount of time. Do you think one day if you become big enough to make enough money off YouTube that you will be able to attend international conventions in places like UK or Australia to meet fans outside the US? well, that would be something. I mean, if this continues to go on pretty successfully, then I think that would be inevitable, honestly. But anyway, I think that we're going to have our last question, and I am going to go to a random spot, and here it is. Yo, Fist, are you making a video right now? The answer is actually this very second. But anyway, guys, that has been your questions for today. And if you want to ask me questions, of course, you can ask me on Ask.fm or follow me on Twitter. But until next time, guys, I'm Black and Fist, and I'm out, man.